Good morning. It's Monday. It is Memorial Day. And this day holds a special place in my heart, having served in the United States Navy for 12 years and given up the freedoms for those 12 years that most get to experience throughout their lives. And I know that there's several of you out there that have also served in the military, and there's probably many more out there that know somebody that has. And some of you have even experienced the loss of friends or family in the defense of the freedoms of the United States of America. And this day has been set apart initially in 1868. It was called Decoration Day, when both sides of the Civil War armies graves would be decorated with flowers as a way to remember all those that died during the Civil War. And then 1966, Congress changed the name from Decoration Day to Memorial Day in remembrance of all those that had lost their lives throughout history in defense of our freedoms. And then in 1971, it was officially declared a national holiday, and marking 3 p.m. on this day as a day for everybody, no matter where they're at or what they're doing, to stop in a moment of silence. And for Christians, it would be a moment of prayer for all those that have given their lives to the defense of the United States of America, which I believe to be a wonderful country. Even though we do have our problems, I would go back and defend it again tomorrow if I could, today even. But what I want to talk to you about is freedom. You know, we experience a lot of freedoms here in the United States that most people throughout the world do not get to experience. And Webster defines freedom as this: the power or the right to act, speak, or think as one wants without hindrance or restraint. And I think we see that in this country even more so today, where people just go out and speak their mind, no matter the consequences on how it affects those around us. And I don't believe as Christians that that's the kind of freedom that we are called to experience or to show to others. Because I do believe that the scriptures say that we are to speak the truth in love. And sometimes the best way to do that is to not say anything at all. But we are to love all those around us. And I do believe in the freedom to be able to speak. And believe me, there's some things that I think need to be said, and there's some things that probably just don't need to be said at all. And we need to learn how to control that. In fact, Paul tells us in 1 Corinthians chapter 6 that all things are permissible, but not everything is beneficial. And you can take that in multiple ways, but I do believe that in this country we have the right to speak, but it's not always beneficial to do so. So sometimes we have to bite our tongue. But what I'd like you to do today, in remembrance of all those that have gone before us, is to remember the one that went before us for all people, not just the people of the United States. And that would be Jesus Christ. That he came and gave up his freedoms, his glory that he had in heaven, and he came to earth to live as a human, to experience the temptations and the struggles that humans face each and every day. He lived the perfect life, and then in order for us to have freedom from sin and death, he died for us. He was the ultimate sacrifice. And like those that have given up their lives in defense of the freedoms of the United States, Jesus, though, gives up his life for all humanity, so we can experience a freedom that is much greater than the freedoms of this world. And at 3 o'clock, I would love for you to take a moment in silence and ask you to pray for all those that have gone before us and thanking them in the gratitude for their lives, for their families that are left behind, and ultimately for Jesus Christ and the sacrifice that he gave for us. So I hope you'll have fun today, even with the social distancing thing. I think it's still a worthy cause to get out and find a way to celebrate, even if it's celebrating by barbecuing something on your grill at your house, and recognize that freedom comes at a cost, and that cost is somebody's lives. And for us, it was the life of Jesus Christ, God's only Son. May you enjoy this day. Amen.